but I'm officially 3 for 3 on being fined by the WNBA.
Holy shit! For this? For the pod? Again?
They didn't like my comments on Paige Becker's.
No way!
I didn't even say anything bad.
The voices are exploding. Frustration off the charts. And now, people are straight up saying what nobody dared before. Sophie Cunningham fans aren't holding back anymore. They're done with being silenced by an organization more obsessed with controlling the story than actually protecting its players. Social media is on fire, and the message is loud and clear. It's time for the truth to come out.
She spoke about the league, but more importantly, she stated she got another fine for actually talking about Paige Becker's. Now, we all ultimately know what happened last time. She had her podcast. She let it be known that Paige Becker's got that blue blood whistle, bro. And make a long story short, she stated the WNBA fined her for that. And she spoke about Bree Hartley. She also talked about Caitlin Clark rehab. But guys, it's unfortunate that she will be out for the remainder.
The sentiment is spreading like wildfire. Fans are screaming, Sophie Cunningham must keep speaking her truth. Because if the WNBA punishes players for just saying what they think, something is seriously broken here. This isn't just basketball anymore. It's about a league that's completely lost the plot on free speech, even when it comes from its own employees.
So lads, the WNBA have done it. They have done it. They have officially fined Sophie Cunningham every podcast episode. They have fined her because Sophie Cunningham has been fined. I'm not joking. She's been fined for a TikTok. She's been fined now, I think, for the third time for a podcast. I think Sophie Cunningham might be the all-time leader in fines in the WNBA. So let's take a listen.
Sophie Cunningham, the fearless voice of truth in women's basketball, just broke her silence, and what she's saying exposes everything wrong with the WNBA. What began as honest commentary on her podcast has sparked a full-blown battle against transparency, and Cunningham isn't backing down for anyone.
They are not protecting their players. Nobody's going to watch this if you're not protecting your star player. You're not protecting your players, period. But particularly your star players. No one's going to watch this. People are watching it because of Caitlin Clark, and then even more because of Sophie Cunningham. And if you're going to just hang them out to dry, then, you know, good. Nobody's going to watch this anymore because they don't protect their players. It's a worthless organization. They have no idea how to protect their players. But, oh man, they're going to bitch and moan. Well, you better pay us the money. For what? You can't even protect your star players that draw the eyeballs. Now nobody's watching. Nobody's going to watch to see the star players sitting out with injuries because of poor treatment and poor officiating on the sides. Nobody's going to watch that.
If you're feeling this, hit that subscribe. What was supposed to be a routine podcast about basketball and life turned into the latest chapter in the WNBA saga of controlling every story that comes from inside the league. Sophie Cunningham launched Show Me Something with co-host Wes Wilson, expecting honest conversations, but quickly learned that speaking truth to power comes with a steep price.
She has turned herself into a top 5 most talked about player in the WNBA. And can I tell you, I am loving the clips that are coming out of this podcast. There's just so much fascinating elements of her that make her this really alpha, really strong, but really beautiful, spicy villain. And I think she kind of likes being the villain.
I'm officially 3 for 3 on WNBA fines. Sophie Cunningham dropped on her latest podcast, her voice dripping with frustration. She's watched a league put control over honesty, and now she's done playing by their rules. They didn't like my comments on Paige Boers. I didn't even say anything bad. But this time is different. This time, Cunningham isn't letting fines, designed to intimidate, not correct, shut her up. Every episode of her podcast has come with penalties that would make anyone wonder, is honest conversation even allowed in today's WNBA?
I'm officially 3 for 3 on being fined by the WNBA.
Holy shit! For this? For the pod? Again?
They didn't like my comments on Paige Becker's.
No way!
I didn't even say anything bad.
On the whistle, on the quick whistle.
Yeah, but like, why? Like,
if we want to talk about Paige, here's a good question.
They fined her for saying Paige Becker's has a good whistle. Like, I kid you not, that is one of the craziest reasons I've seen a player get fined.
What happened next shook the WNBA like never before. Days after Cunningham exposed the league's fine system, fans rallied, not just for a player, but for someone brave enough to speak the truth no matter the cost. Social media erupted, crowning her the ultimate truth teller and blasting the WNBA for trying to silence voices that don't fit their narrative. When Sophie finally spoke out about the relentless fines haunting every episode of her podcast, her words sliced through the usual PR fluff like a knife through butter.
There is something seriously wrong with how the W enforces their rules. And I know there's already been a big emphasis on referee inconsistencies, but at the end of the day, the quality of referees is on the WNBA too. Because again, I have no idea where the line is. Because on one hand, I kind of get it. It's normal for a league to fine you if you're going to talk bad about the league or the players in the league. Because that happens all the time in the NBA, NFL, and so on. But on the other hand, why does the league not care about its image when players are standing over and cursing out their opponents on the court? Like, where was the enforcement here? Or where was it here? Or where was it when the whole entire league was bullying your star player? And this stuff is happening all the time in the WNBA, but why is it only called on occasion? Which is why finding Sophie Cunningham every time she has a podcast seems kind of crazy, because the WNBA obviously chooses when and when not to enforce the rules.
Here's why Sophie Cunningham's situation is so shocking. She isn't being fined for lying or stirring drama. She's being punished for basic, honest observations about officiating and league operations that any reasonable fan could see. The WNBA has basically built a system where speaking truth about their product comes with a price, no matter how accurate or harmless. The numbers tell the story: $500 for a TikTok lip sync mentioning referees, $1,500 for comments on officiating in her first podcast, and most recently, another undisclosed fine just for pointing out that Dallas Wings rookie Paige Boers gets favorable calls. This isn't accountability, it's intimidation.
Do they, when you get fined, do they put like verbatim, like quote here, like this is why you're being fined and this is why it's this much? Or is it like, hey, quit talking shit on us, Venmo us like $1,500?
What happens is they email our GM, and she pulls me aside and she goes, "Come here, Soph, I have to talk to you." And this was in like front of everybody. And I was like, "What did I do now?" And she just smiled and she goes, "Hey, they're gonna fine you again." They're like, I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job was hard. I did say that, and I said that I would not be good at it. I did say that. Like, look at the whole picture. What are we doing?
Let's be real. This isn't about protecting the league or anyone's reputation. This is a league so obsessed with controlling its image that it's willing to fine its own players for pointing out things millions of fans see every game. The WNBA's response to Cunningham speaking the truth has been nothing short of disgraceful. Instead of addressing real concerns about officiating, expansion, and league operations, they've slapped her with what is essentially a financial gag order. Even Rebecca Lobo has admitted officiating issues exist, but when a current player says the same, she's punished immediately. Sophie Cunningham's treatment exposes a harsh truth. The WNBA has built an environment where players are scared to speak honestly about their own league.